Hi. It's my birthday today, and I get money for my birthday. I was just, so
You knocked on my door to get money for your birthday.
I'm 25.
And I care why. Do I know you?
I know I saw you somewhere before. Oh, when I had walked my dog, and
the one who everybody fucks but doesn't wife. That's the side chick. Sorry.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Duke Reacts, part of the Duke and Don channel. And today, guys, we got a jam-packed episode for you today, all right? Because our girl is back in the news again, all right? But since it's a Tuesday, we got some videos to go ahead and react to, all right? The first one's going to be a little bit ridiculous because, honestly, I don't know where y'all ladies get off in thinking just because you think you owe something that other people that are entitled to give it to you, all right? That's just not how the real world works. So we're going to be covering a story today about this young girl who believes that just because it's her birthday, you, meaning her neighbor, should be able to just give her money. Why? Well, because she's a girl and she's 25. Why not? So before we get into this reactive video, you already know what the deal is. Go ahead to hit the like button. Go ahead to hit the subscribe button, that bell notification at the top there, so you guys would know when the next video is going to be dropping, all right? Because you do not want to miss the next lives. They're going to be coming out, all right? So do not forget to hit that sub button. I appreciate you guys who have been here for the since the start of the channel, and some of you new faces that we're starting to see out there. A shout out to you guys. Those of you guys who are veterans in the chat, please welcome the newcomers, all right? Give them the old Duke and Don family welcome, all right? So shout out to you. Because of you guys, you keeping this show going. Real talk, like, I appreciate you guys. Every single comment, every single chat that we see, that we read, thank you guys so much. We appreciate the participation. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into our first video. So, I mean, like we just said, there was a girl who basically approached her random neighbor, and this is through a door cam, all right? And she's basically asking her neighbor to give her money because it's her birthday. Why? It's not because she knows her or anything like that. It's just, it's her birthday. So give her money. Y'all don't believe me? Let's take a look. This shit's getting real.
Hi. It's my birthday today, and I get money for my birthday. I was just, so
You knocked on my door to get money for your birthday.
I'm 25.
And I care why. Do I know you?
I know I saw you somewhere before. Oh, when I had walked my dog, and
It's just getting worse and worse, bro. The entitlement, I don't know, bro. Parents, I think more than anything else, your kids need tough love, all right? They need you because, listen, I don't know where the hell you get off that you think that you are entitled to birthday money from strangers. Where your mama at? Where your pops at? Where your friends at, bro? Where are anyone who's around you to basically make sure that you have a very happy birthday, all right? Happy 25th birthday. You don't just go to random people's houses, dog, and demand them for fucking money. Like, it's so weird. It's like that's how dumb you sound, bro. Like, it's so weird. Like, no one is entitled to give you any kind of money whatsoever freaking ever, lady. I don't know who told you this, that you can just go up to people and demand something from them. It's not the case in the real world because, listen, people are not entitled to give you jack shit, all right? Jack shit bupkis. You don't entitled to anything. So I don't care if it's your birthday. I don't care if it's any other special day. Go make your own goddamn bread. You're independent for a reason, lady, okay? Go make your own goddamn money. You're 25 years old, bro. You're still asking money from strangers. She doesn't even know you. That doesn't make any sense. But listen, this is letting you know how real the entitlement is getting with a lot of the youngers nowadays. And this is honestly kind of like a serious thing, but it's also funny as well. Because listen, if my kid has to compete with these kind of fools getting older, I generally think that we have a good shot out here. Because real talk, like, there's not a whole lot of smart people on there. So I mean, guys, guys, okay? You want the whole goal is to build yourself to be at least sufficient enough to go ahead and take yourself out to a birthday treat, all right? Just because you locked eyes and walked the dog with the neighbor, or you spoke to him 1 minute or whatever the hell it is, does not mean they're entitled to give you money. And did you guys pay attention to how you, I mean, fuck, dude, how bold you gotta be. Like, how bold you gotta be to just step to your neighbor's house, bro. You never talk to the dude whatsoever. You don't know what his life's all about. Is that, yo, hey, Jack, it's my birthday. I'm gonna need you to run them pockets, dog. Hey, I'm gonna need you to run them pockets, dog. It's my birthday, bro. Hey, remember I saw you walking your dog that one time? You saw me see you walking that dog. You see how that worked, bro? So you know what I'm saying? When we locked eyes, you know what I'm saying? I said, you know, this dude right here, bro, I swear to God, he gonna have my back on my B-day, bro. And that's why I'm like, real talk, I'm standing in your doorstep right now because we locked eyes that day. And I knew, bro, you was the one to get me that birthday gift. I can't even keep a straight face doing this shit, bro. Like, ladies, I don't care how soft the world has gotten. I don't care how safe or whatever it is you think it's gotten. It does not entitle you to go to random people you barely know and entitled enough to go ahead and ask them for shit that you didn't freaking earn, all right? So next time, if you know it's your birthday and your birthday's coming up and you got things planned and special things to do, go ahead and match your ass over to the job center and get your ass an application. And by that time, make sure you save up enough so you can get yourself whatever it is that you need to get to, so you're not here bagging random strangers, dog. Like, get the F out of here. But speaking of, you know, useless has-beens here, we have Brittany Renner, who is back in the spotlight again, people. Like, literally, I thought we were done talking about this lady, but she is the gift that keeps on giving at this point. So guess what? If it bleeds, I'm gonna cover it. And so Brittany Renner is back in the news, and essentially she went on an interview with the DJ Academics. And for those of you guys who don't know who DJ Academics is, he's pretty much a guy that talks to a lot of hip-hop artists, but real talk, his come up and is notorious is basically from starting beefs and getting into a bunch of controversies, kind of like we did on this channel. And honestly, I fucks with his personality type because kind of like us, we don't give a shit when people come after us, all right? So that's what it is. So he decides to, you know, take the charge, all right? DJ Academic, he took the charge on this interview, and he said a lot of things to Brittany Renner that a lot of men and a lot of women, frankly, had a lot of questions on, okay? And we frankly wanted to know, why? Like, Brittany, why? You had a perfectly good situation. No one knew why the hell you did what you did. But guess what, fellas? We about to find that out from her own mouth right now. Let's hit the tape.
18 and 20, 16 and 20.
He probably don't even know he's going to, like, the fuck. Wait, was he in the league at that time?
No, he was still at Kentucky. Okay.
And you're Brittany Renner, who he's seen all over the fucking media with these people.
Okay, so this is what I really get so fucking annoyed about is, like, so when do you as men take accountability? You're old enough to ride this ride.
Whoa.
You want to fuck with me. You want to come at me. You want to fuck me raw. So why are we babying men who make decisions for themselves? I told you.
Whoa, girl, you got the game all effed up. No one is, listen, if anything else, the world holds accountability. They hold accountability to men, all right? We men are held responsible by society each and every single day. You don't believe me? You go out to any mainstream media sources right now. You go out to any mainstream blog. Is somebody out here complaining about either how much they hate men, how much black men shouldn't have babies, or you know, abort all black babies, or you having some woman blogging about how her relationship sucks and, you know, she doesn't want to deal with men anymore and all men are toxic. That's pretty much what it is. So society pretty much holds men to a certain standard that a lot of times, you know, men really it's like some men are like, what kind of guys are you trying to hold to these ridiculous standards? Because I'm looking around and those guys don't exist. So we got the mainstream media out here who's basically holding men to these arbitrary standards that basically leave us to a point where we don't really have much of a choice in terms of social moving around and being able to skirt accountability like you guys can. So for you to ask a disingenuous question as a clapback to what he was asking about, saying, well, why don't we hold men accountable? Well, let's break this down for a second, Miss Renner, all right? The man was 19 when you got with him. You were like, what, 26, 27, almost 29 years old, right? Like, listen, all right, you were already by that time, before you met him, way experienced in this game. You already had a resume, a long list of resume of athletes and all these other entertainers in these fields. You already had that history. Young PJ, this man, all right, he was already coming out of a situation where, listen, he's a young man, probably wasn't paying attention to a lot of girls in his high school or whatever it is, or college days, because a lot of times these athletes, it's all focused on work. It's all work and it's all hard work. So they don't really have time to be messing around and chasing girls like that, right? It's all about the business. So you, being Brittany Renner, like DJ Academics is saying, you basically slid your way into that situation and took advantage of a man who basically was idolizing you pretty much while he was probably still in high school. And that's a crazy thing. So for you to basically go ahead and try to flip the script and say, well, why don't we hold men accountable for what they do? Well, we do hold men accountable. The problem is no one is holding people like you accountable, Brittany Renner, because guaranteed, if the opposite roles were flipped and it was a man sitting in your situation right now, matter of fact, he wouldn't even sitting in your situation right now if it wasn't in jail already or some shit, all right? That's how men hold each other accountable and society holds men accountable. The problem is with you, Brittany Renner, no one is holding you accountable right now, or at least up until now that you're getting all this backlash. Up until then, you were willing to just basically go out and talk shit in your car, right? And then you were going around basically, talking shit about writing books, talking shit about how you finesse dudes and doing all this stuff. You did this. So where's your accountability, Brittany Renner? That's all we want to know. But don't flip the script. Come on, man.
I was on birth control up until I had a conversation with my baby father. So what do you think happened? So I imagine I gotta leg lock him. No, let me.
The maturity of men and women are different.
No, stop. No, it's because men and women are held to different standards. Y'all want to look at a 20-year-old who wanted to fuck. I was 26 when I met him. You want to fuck with me? Here's what it is. Nope. Like, stop acting like someone had to pull the wool over his eyes. I was exactly.
Time out. Here's the thing with Brittany Renner and what she said right there. I agree to a certain extent on what she said right there. Yes, and we hold, even on this show, we held PJ Washington accountable. You look out at the media at large, they still hold PJ Washington accountable. So best believe, Brittany Renner, no one had any qualms about saying, hey, BJ, that was your fault for busting in her, because you already knew what kind of name and what kind of game she was all about. You already knew the kind of videos. You already knew the kind of books and all the nonsense she had out there. Why did you decide to do it? And then we dig a little deeper, and it turns out, well, you know what? It's not like he was thinking straight. Hey, we got a 19-year-old teenager here, all right? He's looking at a beautiful, hot Instagram model, Brittany Renner, probably someone who's been watching or following on Instagram for X amount of time, all right? And now, all of a sudden, she's in his school putting that thing on him, right? And now it's like, oh, shit, like, this is Brittany Renner. Now you're whatever it is, you guys got into the relationship and you guys fall in love, all that stuff like that. And then the way you treated him after the breakup, that's what makes people think that you pulled the wool over his eyes. So I don't know if the love you felt for him in that moment when you had that baby was real. No one knows. But what we do know is your actions. And your actions speaks louder than what the fuck you're saying over here. That's for sure. Because what we watch is you separate from a man moments after the baby was born and then go on a massive social media tirade, basically clowning, embarrassing, and basically hunting for new meat. So you effectively finesse the situation in the eyes of the public. That's why guys like us and guys in other sorts of media will look at you and say, yes, you pulled the wool over the kid's eyes. Listen, again, I would say, if the roles were flipped, and guys in the chat, I want you guys to comment on this right now, all right? And you guys in the comment section watching this on a replay, I want you to comment on this right now. If the same role was reversed and the woman was in the exact same scenario, what would you think would happen to the man, right? And if that said man got on social media, right, got on TikTok, got on all these other apps, and he's basically talking shit about the girl that he basically used like she did with PJ Washington. Now what? The world, the media, there'd be an outrage. How could you do this to this poor girl? Yeah, we'd be calling her a girl, this innocent girl. She didn't deserve this, right? We tend to victimize the woman rather than calling it spade out for what it is. So if we're willing to do that for a 19-year-old girl in a situation with a 27 or 30-year-old man in your situation, we should be able to be perfectly fine doing the same thing with you. Ooh, Brittany Renner. Like, I don't know how hard this is for you to understand. It's like simple freaking equation. If this would happen to someone else of a different gender, if they did it in your position, well, you get the equal amount of criticism if it was the other way around. That's just how it freaking world. Welcome to freaking equality, all right? This is how we do it over here at the patriarchy. Hey, listen, you asked for this and we delivered.
Who I am right now, and stop. Let me finish.
I'm not even saying
I have no reason to be. I have no reason to lie about anything that I've done or the person that I am. And I believe in full transparency. The ideal relationship to me is for my partner to know everything about me. So please stop playing this victim narrative. If you wanted to fuck me,
the only person playing a victim narrative right now is you. You're the only one playing a victim narrative. Because here's what happened. You thought you were slick. You thought this was cool. Because let me see, you know what? I don't even blame you most of the time. I partially blame public. I blame society and most other people at large that condone your behavior, okay? Because listen, when you were coming out doing all that wild and shit with all these other stars, right? All these other celebrities, no one called you out on it. In fact, you got applause from a lot of women. And even women of color said, oh, you go, girl, you so fine. You go ahead and do your thing, right? So when you were being passed around by all these damn athletes, okay, no one said shit. No one did anything. When you wrote your goddamn book on how to be a fucking thought, all right? You broke the thought code. You are literally the Bible in chief of goddamn thought culture at this point. Because listen, all right, you could talk about all these other women like Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, all of them. You could talk about them basically influencing people with the music, but you influence women with the goddamn thought Bible. That's how this shit works. So when you came out with that book, no one said shit about it. No one decided to say, hey, you know what, Brittany Renner, this is wrong. How dare you do this? You shouldn't be coming out with a book to finesse men. Did I hear any of that? No, I didn't hear any of that. I don't think anyone else heard any of that from any mainstream media at large. If anything, what we heard was clap, 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 clap. Brittany Renner, you are so smart. This is great. This is what females need. This is what we need to basically have success and, you know, level up and get the bag, right? So you wrote that Bible for those girls. No one said anything. You got the praise for it, but then you took it a step further, all right? And you implemented every single thing you said in that book. And once people realize how it can impact somebody and not just another person, because, you know, men are human beings too, let's just be real, right? But then the life of the child and how you disregarded all of that because of a selfish act. And that's what everyone was shocked at. Real talk, that's what I was shocked at. Like the fact that you would just separate this and break up an entire family according to your book so that you can go ahead and move on and live this lifestyle. So how the fuck is it working out for you? Because it seems like you're getting what's due and you don't like it, and now you're on this show getting mad talking about freaking accountability. You gotta hold yourself accountable first. No one else first but you. Otherwise, you're not gonna heal properly. Somebody get this girl some goddamn milk,
She's trophy
please.
pussy. I hit Brittany Renner. That's that. Why did we have a baby? Our baby's name is Paul Jermaine Washington III. Does that sound like an oops baby? Does that sound like someone who was bamboozled? You asked me to move in with you. You wanted me to have your child at 22 years old. And here we are.
But how did you get him to that point? Right? It's not just one person. It takes two to tango. What were you just saying? Hey, what he just say? Hey, baby, I want a child. Yes. Okay, you get a child. Like, chances are it didn't work that way. I'm 100% guaranteed there was back and forth coercion. That was basically what it is. You slipped your little charms in there, whatever it is that you got, putting that thing on him, and he fell for it. It's hook, line, and sinker. It's the fucking story as old as goddamn time. And listen, I'm not a biblical person. I'm not saying I'm astute in reading the Bible, but I do recognize the story of Samson. Anyone knows the story of Samson and Delilah, okay? All right, listen. A great man felt by one woman. That's it. You know, told her secrets to everything. The exact same thing. But what do we find in that scenario? It wasn't the fact that, you know, he just willingly told her the secrets to his superhuman strength or anything like that. It wasn't because of that. She had the work on him. She gave him that box. She gave him a massage. She kept his belly full. She did all that she could to get him to the point to give and divulge the gift that God gave him, which which end up becoming his detriment because then it fucked him over, just like you're doing with PJ Washington. So how did that dynamic go? We're only hearing your side right now. PJ Washington hasn't done any exclusive interviews with DJ Academics or some of these other places. PJ Washington hasn't gotten on TikTok or Instagram or any of these places making videos about how it's stepdaddy season or stepmommy season, right? The only dumb shit he's done was basically post a picture of the rebound girl that he's trying to get with. But guess what? She looks exactly like you. So I guess either there's something going on psychologically there, or my man just has a type. But I gotta give it to him. He likes to keep it consistent, all right? But the fact of the matter is, that's what everyone was shocked about, Brittany. You ruined a relationship that most humble women would kill for, right? Most women that can't find themselves a man like that, they would kill for to build with the man that young and grow something new, right? But instead, you got the opportunity and you blew it, and you did this to yourself. No one else did it to you. Your little kid's name, I'm not even gonna repeat the kid's name, right? But you're trying to say, how's that an accident? It wasn't an accident. No one is saying it's an accident. No one is saying it's false or anything like that. We're saying it was calculated and evil. That's the problem.
I told you I'm okay to wait. I'm not in a rush. I'm a very spiritual person. I trust in divine timing. I know
trying
anything.
to get married to him?
No, I'm not trying to. I just
Well,
told
no,
you.
were you?
I was. I thought that was my guy. And like, I don't know why it's so hard for y'all to believe that. Like in my mind.
Hold up. You want to know why it's so hard for us to believe it? All right, let me walk you through a couple of these stories here. Let me just walk you through a couple of what you. This is you, by the way. All right.
Business, or why it matters, but 24. 11 athletes. Woo! 5 entertainers. Woo! 8 regular guys. Woo! I've only fucked 3 regular guys since I've been Instagram famous, because a lot of y'all run your fucking mouths too much. I don't want to be sending you a video 1 minute, the next minute I see me spread eagle on the timeline playing with my pussy. In my experience, the worst people to deal with are the athletes. None of them use condoms, really. So if y'all really want to try to come up off a check off a man, I mean, you could just fuck an athlete. They're really dumb. I thought you wanted me to be a little... No? Oh, that's no fun. I'm going to start calling people's opinions of me fan theories, because that's truly what they are. They are based in nothing but falsehood, projections, and judgment. If y'all really want to try to come up off a check off a man, I mean, you could just fuck an athlete. They're really dumb. To regret anything I've done is to regret the awareness that I've gained. So why do I have to pacify a man to make you feel? Because the difference between me and you is that I have more courage in my big toe than you do in your whole entire body. And anything that I say, just telling the truth, anything I say that scares someone off, I'm glad. Because that's one less coward. Season. Yeah, what up? I got the car seat in the back. Let's go to the park. Don't let your baby mama or your baby daddy block your blessings. I know in theory it sounds good keeping the same person to have kids with, but that's insanity as well. So if it doesn't work out with them, it'll work out with someone else. Okay? It just will. That's how that goes. And trust me, I know it's ghetto. It is so ghetto being a baby mama, and thinking about multiple baby daddies is scary. Woo!
It's not me. This is you. This is your own words, because clearly in these videotapes, it was you talking shit even after this whole thing went down. You. Nobody else did it but you. All right, listen. All right, if you want to play these goddamn games where we don't have video camera to play back your own words against you, right? I don't know what else you tell you. You're clearly not acknowledging reality at this goddamn point. I mean, let's just be real, all right? No, it is you. You did this. For somebody who's talking about accountability for guys, you sure as hell have a hard time acknowledging the accountability for yourself and the role you played. If you wanted to get married with them, you know what? It's something called work in a relationship. And you yourself didn't do any favors after you left that relationship in the way you handled the situation. Going on TikTok, going on Instagram, going on these places, stepdaddy season, all these different things. After it happened, come on, man. You expect people to believe that what you had was genuine? Oh my goodness. He even came out with a tweet saying you was faking it all along. Come on, Brittany. Who are you trying to fool here? We understand what's going on.
It's crazy to me The age gap between Jay-Z and Beyonce, crickets. The age gap between Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan, it's crickets. Y'all don't have the same energy. Lori Harvey's 24. There's a 10-year age gap between her and Michael B. Jordan. Stop. But y'all picking, what's the age gap?
No, not talking about.
What's the age gap?
Hold on.
No, because it's couple goals for people y'all want it to be couple goals with.
Okay, no, it's not about being a couple.
Stop.
It's about certain permanent decisions.
Okay, so if something doesn't work for me, then why would I sit?
If someone's 32, and we've seen this.
We've seen it with Jay-Z and Beyonce. Address them.
Okay.
Address them. This is off the record. You don't care. Address them.
When did Beyonce have a child by Jay-Z?
When did they start dating?
It didn't matter about the
date. What's the age gap?
Nobody's caring about it. Hold on.
What's the age gap?
The age gap is significant. However, hear what I'm saying. It's
Nobody
not about
wants to
that.
talk about any of this shit.
You got you had a kid by him before he could even really get his legs on
That was
her.
his choice. I don't have to leg lock niggas. You want to fuck me raw and come at me, accept what comes behind it.
It's even on both sides. If it was a woman, if it was a girl who just became 21 and a nigga who was 33 and she was pregnant.
But y'all ain't had nothing to say.
Permanent decisions. It's not about dating. It's permanent.
When Diddy was with younger women, y'all have nothing to say. When Future was with Lori Harvey, it's fucking crickets. No, I'm gonna say people's names because everybody in this motherfucking industry is scared to open their mouth, but y'all pick and choose.
She mad. She big mad. Brittany big mad. You know they mad when they start pulling everybody else into their bullshit. Listen. There's nothing wrong with age gap dating. No one's saying that that's a problem. Listen, you know how many 19-year-old dudes would kill to have a girl like who looks like Brittany Renner under their arms, right? That's the whole thing. Listen, the problem is, Brittany, that you're not understanding is the optics, okay? Welcome to goddamn social media. Allow me to freaking educate you, okay? When you write a book and you have a series of stories and videos on Instagram and social media talking about how you're a finesse queen in chief, and you and the other Tina Trump over here, you guys, you know, the Thought Offender crew going around doing all it is that you're doing, and you already have the reputation you have as Brittany Renner, you can see how it's different than when someone like Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey get together, okay? Because someone like Michael B. Jordan isn't someone you would consider a finesse dude, all right? He's not a gigolo. He's not one of those kind of dudes. And Lori Harvey, guess what? She is an older woman too as well, and she can make those decisions, and she's getting into a situation where she believes it's real. Brittany, the problem that people had, listen, if it was just you and PJ Washington, like y'all just got together, there was no problem. Y'all, there was none of this of who you were before, the books and the videos, how to finesse dudes. No one would have had a problem with it. There are older women who fuck younger dudes all the goddamn time. That's literally not a big deal. But when you have that background that you have, Brittany Renner, coming into a situation and how you left that situation in the exact same way and manner that you wrote about it, I'm sorry, bro. You got this manifestation shit going around. Literally, you manifested your own future, and now you're living in it because the backlash is real, okay? That's why people have a problem. It's not because of the age difference. In your case, it's what you did and the manner you went about it. That's pretty much it.
So what about Future and his bitch now? What's the age gap with that? Why is that not raising eyebrows? Because nobody gives a fuck about what men do. But let a woman be 6 years apart and I'm a fucking predator? Y'all are calling me R. Shelley? Y'all got all these memes and this funny shit? Because at the end of the day, Paul Jermaine Washington III is my child's name. So if people want to have their own opinion about our relationship, that's on you. I could call my baby father right now. He will laugh. He's not going to dispel any rumors because he loves this shit.
Call him up. Call him up right now. I dare you. Call PJ Washington up right now while you sitting there capping. Call his ass up. I want to know if he's going to be sitting there laughing at this shit with y'all, with this tweet he posted up right after y'all broke up. Quit capping, girl. Now I can't believe even your own comeback story. What the fuck? Like, why you going to sit there and lie? You clearly know this dude was not okay with it. Otherwise, like, I mean, like, who do you think we're stupid, Brittany? I mean, do you honestly, let me just ask you this. Do you seriously, honestly, really think that the rest of the audience here who's calling you out on your bullshit right now currently is dumb? Like, do you really take us to some kind of fools because we watched you and what you did? I mean, I'm fucking crazy here. What you did, Brittany, it's what you wrote it down. And PJ Washington and his response to it, clearly he was a hurt man. So for you to sit up there with DJ Academics and no one has really truly even heard this man's story and to say, no, I'll call up my baby daddy right now. He's gonna be cool with it. That's cap, yo. That's fucking cap. Like, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Subtweet like, yo, I want to see my child.
He's allowed to.
Why aren't you letting him see his child? Let's talk about that. Because
see
first
his
of all,
child.
we already feel bad for him because we feel like before he could even get a max contract, you already got a kid.
So you guys feel bad for someone who moved me in and wanted to give me a baby and named it after him? That's what y'all feel bad about?
We feel like you were more in control of the situation than him.
I was. Control's an illusion. So what are you saying?
Just like if a young woman who said, hey, listen, I met this celebrity at 19 and we start fucking around when we're 21. Even though if you're 21, we're going to feel bad for you because we know what fame and influence brings to someone. Especially with permanent decisions. Just dating, we'll give you a pass. But once you're having kids, you're getting married, of course, those are permanent decisions.
Okay, so
did
I make this child myself?
He's right. You can't make permanent decisions like having a kid and doing all this stuff and trying to secure a long-term relationship while thinking about short-term goals. Things just don't work out that way. Otherwise, you end up with the trash that you're in right now, right? This is what happens. You're not thinking long-term enough. This was not a smart thing to do. And if someone who was able to leave a man that quickly after y'all have a kid and then you play this bullshit with this fucking kid not being able to see him, otherwise, he wouldn't have been complaining about it to begin with. And it's funny how she didn't even push back after he pushed her on it. It was a response because you know you capping, bruh. Give that man his kid and free this dude, bro. He didn't deserve it. He just got into this contract. He's just getting started with his life, and now it's over with before it got started. And I'm not saying over with in terms of like he's done or whatnot. Obviously, clearly, as long as he stays in the league and keeps making money, he's gonna be fine. However, once that cash cow starts before that kid becomes 18, all of a sudden, BJ, if you're not spending your money right, that can be a problem for you. So, I mean, listen, $200K a month. I mean, listen, most people don't even make that a fucking year, okay? I'm just gonna be real with you on that. So, that's a lot of freaking money. So for you, Brittany Renner, listen, man, listen, you just gotta get it. Like DJ Academics was saying, if this was a girl, we would feel bad for her situation too, because it's like you had control in the situation. Listen, if you have a scenario where you have someone who's new, fresh, and inexperienced, right, going up against someone who's experienced in the field and knows exactly what the craft is all about, right, and you put them together, who the fuck do you think is gonna have the upper hand? Of course, the person who has more experience, dummy. That's how this shit works. In this case, you had more experience sexually and physically with men and with high value men of this caliber. And he didn't. He doesn't have the experience dealing with these different kind of women of your caliber. And guess what? Look who won out in that situation and is $200,000 a month richer.
To make this child.
Obviously took Toya.
Oh, he did? Oh,
I don't know how that went down.
Okay.
Oh, you conscious.
Do you know how
He could have probably told you like, I didn't want to do it.
Do you know how life is
Yeah,
created?
but he could have told you I didn't want that show. They'll be like, yo,
so
hey,
he
listen,
didn't want a
that's
child, but he's
mistake.
gonna name him the third.
Yeah, after it's gonna happen because your body, your choice, right?
Oh no, I gave him the option. Whatever you want to do. I love you.
So if he had said, not right now, you'd have.
I would have agreed to it.
Cap. So you just say, that'd be his fault.
Oh wow. So now it's his fault. What?
PJ Washington, I can't hold you down no more, man. Yo, we gotta throw you to the wolves.
We were in a real relationship. There were real feelings involved. I mean, there was a beautiful child made. Just because
Why the
it didn't
fuck
work
is he
out.
complaining on social media then?
That's the $1 million question, isn't it?
Because honestly, he's the reason why you look bad. It looks like you're a user. It looks like you're quote unquote a predator because of how he looks to be like a victim. Hey, I can't see my child. Hey, I know you all warned me, blah, blah, blah. And yes, I fell victim to it. And now I'm over here crying. Not saying you should feel bad for me, but the internet's going to feel bad for you. Because you know why?
What do you want me to do? You want me to go on there? You want me to do an Instagram Live?
Do you ask him?
Of course.
Why the fuck?
We have conversations.
Why the fuck are you?
No, to answer that question, what you want you to do? How about you stop making these goddamn fucking car videos, bro? Like, how about you stop that? Stop embarrassing your man like fucking Jada Smith over here, and actually go do your shit behind the scenes where it belongs. All right, that's where family problems belong, away from the goddamn public. Okay, you go ahead and march over to your husband's house or your man's house or your baby daddy's house. All right, and you go have a conversation with them and how you gonna put this family together, because we tired of having kids with no fatherly role models. Please just let this brother see his kid. Let him see his kid, man. That's all he wants. If it's true, all right? If it's true. And PJ Washington, listen, bro, like, I'm gonna say it now and I'm gonna say it again. This is your responsibility. Again, we're holding men accountable. We're always holding men accountable. That's just how this shit works. But when you have somebody sitting here knowingly knowing what she did and then sitting up here acting like that she didn't really do what it is that we all know that she did, after you have a fucking book and multiple live and video sessions saying that you would do this to this situation, to a man in this situation if you caught him in right. And guess what? You did. And on top of that, you started posting more social media posts, going to more college campuses, hunt for new meal. Like, I don't get it, bro. Like, you have all these evidences against you and you want people to somehow believe that magically you're an angel. I don't understand this. Listen, I don't know about you, Brittany Renner, but the guys over here, the women in this channel here and some of these other channels out here, all right, listen, we're professional bullshit detectives, okay? And we know when someone's spinning us a fucking yarn of bullshit, and that is what you're doing right now, okay? You didn't fucking talk to him. You never had a conversation about this. This was all pretty much one-sided from you, Brittany Renner, all right? Because let's face it, you've had control since you found him over state, and then you had control all the way up until your divorce. I keep saying divorce. I don't even know if they were married or not, but you had him all the way up until the baby was born, and now you have it. Throughout this whole entire situation, you have kept the upper hand, and that's the problem. We all see it. It's play by play, like from your book, Brittany Renner. Like, Jesus, I'm so freaking confused here. Like, where did we go wrong in society where we can just basically look at this woman who's clearly in the wrong, and like, we're not doing more to hold her accountable? Now, granted, there is backlash to this, otherwise she won't be feeling the way she's feeling, but I'm talking about, like, why didn't we hold her accountable before this stopped, before she decided to ruin 2 lives? Like, why didn't we hold her accountable as society, right? Because in the end, like, we basically end up suffering the brunt of this shit. Now, maybe not in their particular situation, but with other women out there who are not fortunate to land themselves a fucking high-value simp like fucking PJ Washington, right? And they have to out here having kids all by themselves and have to deal with that situation alone, right? How expensive it can be, how barren it can be on the child, right? And how stunned it can be on their development, right? We have all these situations that were going on with single moms and single parent household, and what it's doing to the youth out at large. And we're not sitting here checking this stuff before it becomes a big societal problem. All y'all motherfuckers like to complain about society. Oh, society this, society that. Y'all don't even know how to fucking define it. All right, it's media, government, corporations, and other institutions invested in controlling whatever it is that you have going on out there. That's basically it. And what I mean by controlling, I'm not saying, oh, you must do this and you want to do that. No, society is basically these different organizations who have massive influence, that have a set of rules and structures for us to adhere to in order for us to live in this little dome that we call society. That's how it works. Otherwise, you get locked up or kicked out of society where you gotta go deal with the wolves and the bears out there. That's how this shit works, okay? And in society, we have to adhere to certain rules to keep social cohesion between both sexes, okay? And calling out bullshit like this, like from other women hearing this stuff, saying, hey, listen, whenever you hear your friend talking about hey, I just wanted to have a baby, I don't want to have a father, check her on that bullshit, because that doesn't make any sense. You can't just have a baby and not have a father with it. You need both. And this is the stuff that we're talking about. We need more accountability, but not from us guys. Listen, let's just face it. You ain't gonna listen to an ain't shit dude who just sits there and talks shit all day. All right, you're not gonna listen to me, but I guarantee you will listen to that woman who's had that influence over your life, who's gonna willing to tell you, hey, honey, I've done this, I've gone down this path, and it didn't work out too well for me. All right. Matter of fact, I apologize for the way I raised you if I was a single parent, but I'm also acknowledging that I didn't give you the best tools or put you in this scenario to basically succeed. All right, that's basically what it is when you're raising the kid in a single parent household. Just letting y'all know, this is the shit that goes down in these kind of households. When you have a kid out of wedlock, there are consequences to it. Let's continue.
Like you're the victim when you wanted to be in the situation.
That's the $1 billion question.
What?
I've asked him that in private. I've asked him that when we went out to eat. I've asked him that over FaceTime. We've had a lot of conversations, and you know, the reality is what we talk about in private will never be public. I have no desire to be like, I'm not.
I had a fucked up theory. And
well, let's fucking hear it. It can't be any worse than what you fucking have said already. So.
No, I've said this before. I'll just say it to your face.
Okay. Say it to my face.
PJ, if you're watching, cut this part off, okay? I thought he was a cash out option. I was like, yo, listen, you've been with way more, no disrespect to you, PJ. I told you to cut this off. You've been with way more litter people. People who are more
Colin
successful
Kaepernick.
in their respective fields.
Drag.
You know, he's a millionaire, grandest and third. But I felt that, you know, I always say about women, and tell me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just fucked up in my thinking. Maybe I need to change it. You're getting older, and you needed someone, and you probably always wanted to have a kid, right? And you were like, hey, listen, this is the person that I'm gonna not necessarily cash out with, but this is the one who will do this with me.
It's like
Thank
really
you.
audacious
Hold up, before
of
we
you.
get, okay, we heard that. It's really audacious of him. But real talk, I mean, I'll be honest with a bet that that's probably what the game was, right? She's getting older. None of these other high-value athletes or high-value, great-value simps, okay? No one wanted to wipe her up. And she knew that, well, guess what? Here's this young, fresh simp who doesn't really know any better, isn't that experienced, and you know what? I'm still fertile enough to have a baby, so why the hell not, right? This is my last dish option to have what resembles some sort of a family. And that's basically it. PJ Washington, let's just be honest, Brittany Renner, was a cash out option, okay? And thank you, DJ Academics, for saying what everyone in this space and everyone at large has been thinking and pretty much been saying the entire time, but you finally said it face to face to the woman that we've all been talking shit about, okay? And this is good. I'm glad. Now let's see how she reacts to that. Obviously, she thinks it's fucking audacious. Let's continue.
Because it just proves my theory that I've always been in it for true love. I've been with men with way more money, and if I was truly an investor and trying to cash out so I don't have to work again, let me finish. I would have cashed out 5-6 years ago. Men with a lot more to
I
live.
thought everybody had you as a side chick. I'm gonna be honest. I thought everybody else had you as a side chick, and listen. In a male community, we know the chicks that's like, yo, that's side chick pussy. And then we know the dumbass nigga who wifes up the side chick. And we're like,
so what makes me a side chick? Because I'm beautiful? And
no, because the one.
How do you not know what you hang out with Tina Trump, okay? This woman, like, you are a side chick. You give up major side chick vibes, girl. Like, the fact that you don't realize, here's the problem. I think this goes back to a bigger problem that plagues a lot of women, especially when it comes to relationship. And Brittany Renner just kind of proved it right there, okay? She doesn't understand the difference when guys are choosing her for sexual reasons and guys are choosing her for relationship reasons. And what DJ Academic is basically trying to touch on is basically when you were younger years, like, you probably were trying to mess around and do with all these guys, but you were going around the circuit. Let's face it. When you get into that IG model lifestyle, guys already put you in a category where you're not gonna come out of. Just like girls got friend zones for dudes that they don't find attractive, guys have freaking side chick zones for girls that they basically relegate to that goddamn category. And that's pretty much what it is. If you're a side chick, or we get the feeling or the vibe that you're giving us major side chick energy, guess what? We're gonna put you into this category over here, the fun category, and we'll go find somebody who's less exciting than you. You're older, probably don't have a whole lot of options, so you go ahead and dig down in the crater pool. That's literally what your game plan is, and he listed it out for you. So I don't know what it is that you're talking about. The fact that you don't understand that you have been a side chick, an industry chick this entire time is a testament that girls don't really understand when guys are selecting them for sexual fun and actual relationship material. Just because a guy decides to have sex with you does not mean he's interested in you relationship wise, period.
Everybody fucks but doesn't wife. That's the side chick. Sorry.
So who have been side chick?
You wrote a fucking book.
Who have been a side chick? But I was never a side chick.
Well, when you write a book about having casual sex, and by the way, not one of them claimed you. We assume, you know why men don't claim women? Because we have our real girl that we don't want to tell about you.
That's pretty much it. Like, she doesn't understand that you were side chick material. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, literally. And you could tell, she literally did not know that. What makes me a side chick? I've never been a side chick. What guy in the industry claimed Brittany Renner as your ongoing girlfriend aside from PJ Washington? The sucker that he was basically talking about was dumb enough to do it, right? That's who they were talking about. Like, no one else in the industry claimed you. And the fact that no one claimed you publicly as their girl except for PJ, meaning you were side chick material this entire time. And by the time got older and time was getting up and up in years, right? And you were still on that bullshit dealing with all these same guys. Guess what? You decided, hey, listen, I gotta go lock me something down because, hey, nothing working over here. And guess what? You found a gullible, great value simp that was able to fulfill those needs for you, all right? And you got what you wanted out of it. And PJ Washington is sitting in the situation he's sitting in right now. Bottom line is, I am glad this came out. I'm glad DJ Academics at least called her out, right? And clearly she doesn't really get it. She's really just out here doing whatever it is she's doing. So listen, Brittany, we will wish you the best of freaking lucks. And honestly, you know what? It's like, thank you. I honestly, guys, let's stop. Let's take a minute to thank you, Brittany Renner. Like, seriously, real fucking talk. Like, real talk. Thank you for writing this book. So now every guy out here who's smart enough to fucking read a goddamn sentence can see what the hell you're all about. And thanks to the media age and the bullshit that you post to media, guess what? Now y'all know what the fuck to look for. So thank you so much, Brittany Renner. And you know what? You have done a lot of guys in this space and a lot of guys who are just going to be tuning into your situation a huge service. And for that, we commend you. So with that being said, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section in the chat below. I really want to know what you think. Did she, I mean, is she wrong for this? Did she clear up her name in this interview with DJ Academics? Who knows? Let's find out. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment. And as usual, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell on the top, because I guarantee you, you do not want to miss any of our live shows that we have coming out. All right? Fire content. You see how we get down in the chat? You see how we get down in the comment section? Come on, go ahead and hit that notification button, bro. What you waiting for? Hit that notification button. What you waiting for, dog? Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification button so you're always getting alert when the next video comes out. And with that being said, guys, I want to say thank you, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.